is popping, everybody? What is genuinely and honestly good? It is your girl, formerly known as Fat Jazz, with a PH, of course. And I'm here today to preach a little bit. Yes, guys, who doesn't want to be preached at? Our topic today is a mix of body positivity, which we love, and fat acceptance. Come on, guys. Come on, seriously. Let's not do that. Now, these things, upon first mention, probably sound pretty similar, right? Like, a big part of the body positivity movement is learning how to accept your body currently in the state that it's in, whether that's too big or too small, not functioning as it should, etc. Me personally, I used to be pretty big into body positivity. I never really looked at or engaged with the internet movement side of things, but I did used to be a bigger girl with some bigger rolls and lumps on my person that I wasn't particularly happy with. Growing up, I always felt way larger than all of my friends, and I think as I got older, it definitely impacted the way that I would socialize. You know, I stopped letting people hug me or touch me at all. I never wanted to stand too close to anybody for fear that they might sense my body heat or smell the hot Cheetos leaking from my pores, and that's just really no way to live. Everybody deserves to have and feel peace inside their skin, and that's where body positivity really made a difference in my journey. I started cooking for myself and going to the gym, snacking consciously, and it helped that I also studied abroad in Prague during that time, so going to a country where all of the food isn't toxic also made a really big difference to my health. Anyway, body positivity, to me, in a time where I really needed to make a change, didn't just mean looking in the mirror and telling myself I was beautiful, although there was plenty of that as well, but also honestly and candidly recognizing the ways that I was failing myself and choosing daily to do better. Fat acceptance is just kind of like the first half without the second half. So there's a pretty large, no pun intended, movement on TikTok of fat acceptance influencers who basically believe that your body does what it does by no fault of your own, and rather than trying to constantly change or control it, you will find peace in living your life how you want and letting your body do its thing. Which, hey, I do not care literally at all what other people do with their bodies, okay? Your body, your choice, period, point blank, okay? You do you. However, if you don't want to hear my commentary on your bullshit, then keep it off my For You page.
From now on, I am just going to treat every fat creator who has freshly turned into a weight loss influencer as if they've died. Yesterday, I had to block a mutual who had posted a video that I at first thought was satire. Like, they were talking about their journey from body positivity into fat acceptance as like a delusion that they were holding, that they do in fact have full control over their body and their fatness, and it's their responsibility to lose weight.
Okay. I have to say, so far, I'm not really seeing the issue.
And everyone else should lose weight too. So like, as far as I'm concerned, she's dead now. I don't care what anyone does with their body. It's when people start dictating to others, especially fat people, what they should be doing with their bodies that I draw the line. And it's a reminder again about why, unless it's fat liberation, it doesn't mean shit.
Right. So this video came across my For You page a little while ago. I have no clue who this creator is. I'd never seen them before in my life, and I also had no context about the video they are referring to. But off the bat, not leaving the best taste in my mouth. So of course, the fat acceptance gurus in the comments were pretty much all in favor of this rhetoric. I didn't take any screenshots of the comments at the time, and surprisingly, this creator has now privated their entire page. But from what I remember reading, mostly everybody was in agreement. Most of the people seemed to know who she was referencing, a now ex-fat acceptance community member named Angelica Violet, and the majority of the comments, at least at the time that I saw this video, were just saying like, R.I.P. Angelica. So naturally, I wanted to see the video that sparked all this controversy, right? This outrage. How dare this lady on TikTok decide to take her own health into her hands? That bitch. I fully went into this expecting Angelica's original video to be like,
fat people are gross, I'm on Ozempic because I'm gonna get skinny and you bitches need to slim down ASAP.
Right, because that's kind of like the only reason that the first creator S would need to respond the way that they did. Here's Angelica's video.
I remember going on my first diet when I was in kindergarten because my doctor told me I was overweight. So from childhood up until I would say my early 20s, I was always on some sort of diet and hated how I looked. At about 18 years old, I had my first outbreak of an autoimmune disorder, and I gained a lot of weight from being on steroids, which led me to finding the body positivity community online. During the lockdown, I started learning a lot about fat acceptance, and I fell into that community. I ballooned up to 270 pounds, thinking that my genetics were what's making me fat. It made me feel so helpless and like I was trapped in this body. And it once again made me feel like I had no control over my body and what it looked like. It made me feel resentful towards anyone that was in a smaller body. After being involved in the fat acceptance movements for a couple of years, I started getting recommended anti-fat acceptance videos on YouTube and started watching them. I had a come to Jesus moment. It made me realize that, yeah, I was fat because of what I was eating and that I wasn't moving. My genetics was not an excuse for being my size. While that does seem kind of mean and a little harsh, it made me realize that I do have control over what I look like and how I feel about myself, which is why at 27, I have decided to learn what a healthy lifestyle is and lose weight. For some reason right now, it feels different than any diet that I've been on. I'm not stressed out and I'm not judging myself. I'm just making small changes in hopes to live the best life that I can. And I hope that you know that you can do the same thing too.
So, which side are you guys on? I think that all able-bodied adults currently have and should continue to have the right to control what their body looks like. You are the only person that will ever have to live inside that thing, so how you want to keep it is how you want to keep it. Angelica, in her video, was honest and direct about the things that she felt had steered her in the wrong direction and what she was doing to get herself back on the path she wanted to be on. I think it would have been one thing had her entire video been like,
They're lying to you. You're disgusting and you need to lose weight exactly how I'm doing it right now.
but that's not what she gave, is it? Angie came to some really important revelations about the 27 years she's already been on this earth and this thing that has seemed to haunt her for her entire life, and she made the necessary changes. And good for her. Now, I'm gonna say something here that might ruffle some feathers, okay? It might cause a few people to downvote this video, but Angelica objectively did not attack anyone or any groups of people, right? So if her video hurt your feelings or pissed you off or made you feel like someone was trying to tell you how to live your life, that feeling is called conviction, okay? And you tend to feel it when you are hardcore coping about a subject that other people may not be. Let me give you an example. I smoke weed, right? I love weed in almost all of its forms. I started smoking sophomore year of college, and I haven't stopped. Let's say, hypothetically, I know deep down in my heart and soul that I need to stop smoking weed, right? I'm doing it all the time. I'm never not high. And while I'm not doing anything wrong and it's not really directly affecting everything in my life negatively, I just know in my soul that I'm not practicing discipline and I probably need to step away for a while or at least slow down. But I don't want to, so I haven't. And I'm still doing it all day, every day. As long as it's just me smoking with my thoughts, that voice in my head telling me to discipline myself, my conviction, is still going to be pretty loud, right? It'll probably cross my mind once or twice before I smoke, every time I smoke. But let's say I've got a community. Now it's not just me getting high every day, but my friends are getting high every day, their friends are getting high every day, and now it's become a lot easier to ignore the voice in my head telling me to discipline myself because I'm in an echo chamber. Everybody around me likes to get high all the time, so that's what we do. After a while, I'm barely going to hear anything from my personal conviction at all. But what happens when my neighbor across the way tells me she can't join me for our daily 4:30 p.m. smoke sesh because she's decided to stop? I might ask why, and she says, well, I haven't been practicing discipline in this area of my life, and it doesn't feel like it's serving me, so I threw out all my weed and my bongs, and I'm just gonna be high on life instead. That might twist my nipples a little bit, because now, not only has a physical person just reminded me of that inner voice I've been trying so hard to ignore, but now I can see with my eyes that it's not just possible to live differently, it's attainable. My neighbor isn't clawing at the walls with a lighter in her hand trying to get her next hit, right? She simply put down the ganj and is doing something I've already convinced myself that I can't. Do you see where I'm going with this? I definitely believe there is a place for the fat acceptance movement, right? Nobody deserves to be treated poorly or discriminated against because of their body. We shouldn't be bullying people because they're fat or taking away opportunities or anything like that, but I kind of think that's where it should stop. I definitely do not believe that we should be telling people that they cannot control the body they're born in. And again, I am not talking about disabled people, okay? This conversation does not include them, okay? If you are an able-bodied adult with the ability to work and clean and cook for yourself, you definitely have the ability to make clean eating choices, go to the gym every now and then, take a walk after dinner. And if you don't want to do these things, that's okay. I personally could be in way better shape if it was important to me right now, but it's not. So my body's kind of just doing its thing. But I am not going to get on Sweet Jazz's internet and tell somebody else that they're dead to me just because they want to work out more and live healthier than I do. Okay, I'm going to tip my hat to them and say, good for you. And then I'm gonna keep doing what I want to be doing because I don't let other people's choices impact my own, okay? That's how a bad bitch lives. And I think before getting on the internet and deciding to preach to people about all the things they should and should not be doing or saying to make you feel welcomed, try living like a bad bitch and decenter other people's opinions about your life entirely. Make the choices you want to make, stand on them 10 toes down, and let everybody else do their thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely take your fat asses down there and smash. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely take that ass down there, smash like and subscribe. All of my other socials will be down below. Stay soft, stay focused, people. I'll be back soon with yet another banger for you guys, but until then, stay sexy. Bye-bye.